of 3 of the day. I'm excited to get some Counter-Strike under our belt. We've just got the one best of 3 today as well, so we may as well enjoy it while we can. This one potentially could be a quick one if Big really come out to play, but we'd love to see a competition out of Boss. Crimbo getting active, 1 spotted, couple of taps, no tag damage, but information gained. JDC trying to take a couple on that corner as well. And CSN setting up for a pot flash. This could be a beaut. Crimbo giving a lot of room. JDC under pressure. Just going to fall away.
Crimbo on the Julies. Looking good here. Oh no, that second is just criminal. Freshie does trade him out, but there's so many CTs already in tow. Don't get the bomb out yet. You got to keep those Glocks forward facing. It's dangerous. 1v1 somehow down to this. tabseN already picked up 2, but he's left incredibly low. Cryptic's just dropped back, play that safe game. Information starved. tabseN starting to doubt himself as he backs off step by step towards middle, towards A. And Cryptic, his patience is going to pay off. A lovely, lovely move from him.
tabseN, 1v1. Cryptic pumping the brakes here. Waiting for an overface. Not being given it just yet, but the longer he waits, the more in danger he gets, because tabseN's ready like a book. Cryptic on a timer. No, tabseN. Oh, we had the perfect lineup. And now he's fluffed it. A couple of tags, but no headshot. And that'll just be Cryptic running all the way towards A, guaranteeing a plant. tabseN has left this late, and as the bomb goes down, tabseN's really going to be scratching his head. How has he let that one slip? That is very unlike him. Cryptic should hear these rotates coming through, should be able to hear at least a little bit of the step, but it seems like no. He is holding, waiting for this fight. He's opted for the Glock in this instance as well, which with tabseN feels like the right decision when he's making all the noise. Cryptic knows all about this, and he'll see it off. Cryptic has won it out, but it has to be said, it's not quite that Boss won that round. It's that unfortunately Big lost it themselves. tabseN should have confirmed that kill, and he just panics like a bit of a deer in headlights. Just really gets all jittery, and yeah, he fluffs it.
I don't know, we'll probably see it here on the replay, but do we blame, or maybe not actually, because it wasn't a kill. Do we blame like sideways, backwards hitboxes? They can be a bit funky.
It's the fact he tagged him twice. That's why I don't, yeah. He tagged him twice.
That's true.
2 shoulder shots. So
it was tough on the timing a little bit, is maybe what I'll give him, just as he was trying to line it up and not mess it up, I think, because, you know, a lot of players do from behind. He was really trying to secure it. That's when he started moving, so I guess he wasn't quite in. But still, player worth his salt's got to be able to find that kill. Crimbo, you know, USP, no armor, just fully belts a guy. So that's sort of the opposite end of the spectrum there for USP mastery. All the same, looking good here as Boss come away with that anti-eco win. They do lose a couple players in the mixture, one of them on the Galil, one of them on the Mac 10, so it's not terrible. Big will be in with the buy quite early here.
So, for the Uto, dropped via mid, but again, not a huge amount on offer just yet. This nade could do a big chunk here by tabseN. He might have just spotted Fang, in fact. Redrop a smoke and an aid to come over to break one of them as he peeks behind. Darty, one of the best haircuts in Counter-Strike, needing a good round as well. JDC just gets a tag as well. Just a random pop shot, clips his ankle. Boss trying to fight here. tabseN for the first. Darty's in trouble. Takes even more damage to the smoke. Hasn't seen a single person yet, Darty. He's down to 11 points of HP. Already, Boss down to 4.
Not the smoothest of starts. tabseN just chilling in and around middle, gathering information. Boss back to the drawing board. Late round pushing towards A main. A really smart move from Big to gather that all-important information. What is the move here? Boss just playing things slowly, trying to keep attention towards middle. But as they get deeper and deeper in towards A here now, they know what is up. Could potentially be in through donut, but as the utility comes around, these B players, at least mentally, are ready. Physically, we've actually not got as many in rotation as you would think, but it is going to be a quick move in from behind that will eventually catch them. It depends on how Boss play things here. JDC, the first one to fall, as his life is given in vain. No trade as yet. Freshie on the edge of the smoke, ready for tabseN. They've got a weird little setup here on the T side, but they are playing around that smoke really nicely. And now it's a question of where the heck are the rest of them? Surely there's somebody on a flank here. They are ready, off angle, successful for one, but just in too deep. Quick kills from boss. And they
honestly,
pull
this
that
is
back.
Out the gate, some pretty good work here by boss. I mean, so far, so good. Not a lot to complain about. They're taking some fights and they're making them stick. And now doing it on a gun round, I think, is the most important. But not only just a gun round that started a man disadvantage was also Darty being tagged down to 11 before seeing anybody. So that round felt, in my mind, immediately like it was already kind of under wraps, right? Like it was Big gonna take it. They had the numbers, they had the HP advantage, but no. Again, boss make it stick in their favor. Cryptic, by my say, 9-1. Whew. He's looking good, man. He's come out the gates flying here. Freshie and Fang finding a bit of form as well in that previous round. So we are seeing some of these individuals of boss come alive. And this is where we were saying, this is how boss can make a competition out of this. They do actually have individuals that can frag, that can step up. And Big is a beatable team. We've seen it online. They've been in flux in terms of the results, a little bit all over the place. Not this Big that was kind of a tier 1 shoe-in as of kind of a year and a half, 2 years ago. Especially with a new team themselves, right? There is going to be gaps in the armor. JDC, close. PwnAlone surely going to clear this. He starts to make a move, looks in, and PwnAlone will find it. A little messy, but gets the kill in the end. And that's the only SMG down for Big. The only real gun, to be honest, down for the CT side. So the rest of this, you assume, should be pretty smooth.
I love this guy. That's a great name. Dirty Montana altogether.
Big Darty, mate. What a king.
And then just the hair, mate. Just the hair.
Easily the best. Oh, hang on, though. Hang on. Oh, my God. The 5-7 is PwnAlone to get a team kill. Oh, my God. Thankfully, Freshie bails them out. Pistol pulled out as well. And they'll see it off. My God, the 5-7 technically lines up too, but it's PwnAlone with a team kill. Just a little sigh of relief. That was a little closer than we would have hoped.
Yeah, for sure. Catching them off with that push, I think, is the scary thing. Big not afraid to go in for it. But boss already up to 4, I think, is a really great run. So we'll see. We'll see. I start to worry a little bit for Big if they can't get a round off the ground. Obviously, in the previous rifle, boss actually came from the man disadvantage. So I'm curious now as to what Big are going to find for a response. It's JDC. They send in the danger man, and he comes away with a frag again, doing well to find the opener. And I feel he may well have spotted another player or two. They're a bit more ready for the B side, but maybe not respecting how close they are to these fights actually on the B ramp.
Shot. PwnAlone making that AWP sing. Finds Crimbo. It's an important kill as well. What time might force tabseN into a fight? He might not want to take it because the AWP is still posted. And PwnAlone delivering. Double for him. And Big now down to 3. Boss making a really good run of things early. This is exactly what we want to see. Boss confidently taking fights. And so far, not so good for Big. They're being pulled apart bit by bit, and they're being isolated as well. So they're given no ability to trade. searson's got to hit something. He's seen a shadow, and he'll find the first. Untraded as he drops back towards the site.
Oh, searsson. Unfortunately going to fall, and that might just do it for the A-bomb side, but maybe the round as well, to be honest. Processes here quite quickly. Oh, he lands a dink. He will have heard that. Maybe they give it a go then. JDC creeping round. If he can find this kill in the donut, we are most definitely on. PwnAlone's got the angle, and he does not miss those. So just process here. Going to have to back away. Boss already up to 5, and again, man down. Really doing well. The protocols, the coordination, I think, is the big thing for me now. They look so good together. Everybody playing their role brilliantly. And Big are struggling in a massive way. This is 2 rifle rounds now where they find the advantage early on. A nice push, a nice way in. And they've got themselves a 5v4 and they can't
exactly that. This is a really solid position to be in. Orb finding a double opener to start things off. They just re-peek him twice. Not expecting it. PwnAlone, he gets given these opportunities and he's not missing them. That's all that we're asking for. Really, really good work. And of course, you can see now Godbeat getting on the mic, and I don't blame him, right? This is a big conversation that needs to be had. So far, Big are not playing the way that they should be. Getting isolated, like I spoke about. The space in between this CT side has been a little rough, and they're being pulled apart. And for me, this feels like Boss have prepped this heavy in terms of anti towards Big. Everything they're doing feels like there's a reason behind it because they're pulling people out of position. So far, so good. And even though the mid-aggression has been a little light generally for Boss in the early round, the mid-round re-aggression towards mid has been really, really solid. So after the timeout, what a big got for us. Unfortunately, not a huge amount in terms of a buy. We've got an AK-47 and an MP9 and a few pistols, and that's about it.
Rushing in towards A here now. A pace change from Boss. Try and condition them in a bit. Still would have given them a good shot at this round against the weaker buy, but they are feeling confident. Big, though, here quite fast. tabseN still alive behind the site. Does get dropped, but they're all trying to work around him. PwnAlone, double kill in. ADC, meanwhile, on the Deagle. Can't get anything done. Boss moving up to 6. Hello there. Already on the T side. This is banging. We've got a bit of vocality out from them as well. And they might just get in the heads of Big. You never know. It is, again, if you are maybe just joining us or maybe, you know, you don't track all the stuff on social media, you're only really watching the games. There's only, I'd say, 2 meters max between these teams. So really, really close this time around in Pro League.
Yeah, we've got to see whether Big can find the way back in, but so far, so good. This is a beautiful bit of Counter-Strike out the gates here by Boss. That one, very simple. But I guess the buy was a little bit haphazardly from Big, so we can't read into it too much. Another gun round and another opportunity for Big. Desperately needs to be converted. You know, I was singing the praises of JDC coming in towards this series, talking about his recent form, but it's been anything but good. And a double simultaneously as Fang and Cryptic combined. 13 and 2. Cryptic finds himself right now. Loving life in the server. Behind that smoke, waiting for a plant, but not sticking it just yet. Darty up close with Cryptic as he finds yet another kill. My God, this guy cannot die right now. Always good for a couple. And Crimbo and JDC thrust into a clutch of a 2v5, which feels nigh on impossible. Flash on the corner. Tap of the plant as well. And actually, it will be an open plant. They're given all the space to work with because of this post-plant position. His hold is good. Cryptic wants another fight, and he's finding it. Cryptic is unstoppable. His 3rd kill on the round. Darty will close it. And that is beautiful. 7-0. I don't think anybody would have expected this. Not even NACS's finest soldiers would have expected this. I'm sure Maui, Mike, even Ryan. They're loving life right now. Happy fellas watching this as Boss are absolutely performing to the top level right now.
Yeah, genuinely looking so good, to be honest. You know, I think the Big are obviously struggling here, and CT side, cash gets away from you, etc. There are a ream of excuses you can use, but we have the A rush, then the B rush. You know, these pace changes, these guessing games from Big are very, very difficult to deal with at the moment. They look caught in a number of these rounds. And as mentioned, I'll keep saying it because it's a big, big deal. They've had opportunities. They've had moments where rounds, not 100% in the bag type situation, you know, 99% in the bag. But all the same, they set themselves up. What's the common conversion rate? It's a good 75 to 80%, isn't it, when you're in a 5v4 for a top-level team? So you should be able to get it from there, is what the numbers say. Big have not been able to do so. On to another half by here. Bit of presence out in towards lane quite early on, but not spotting any T's. Therefore, they have to give it up. And now in come the AKs. Looking good for a quick 2-for-1.
Numbers again for Boss. But not anymore. Good swing, good find. MP9 of Crimbo gets active, gets a kill. No upgrades in terms of the weaponry, but the bomb barreling towards A, and little do they know they're being flanked, but also, so is ccN. So ccN's getting in behind, his MP9's going to find two, and he will. Process stepping up. This should be the first round. PwnAlone is all that's left in a 1v3 with an AWP. And 20 seconds to work with, and Crimbo's got the right idea, and he'll rip his head off. Big find in the first round off the back of a little bit of individual brilliance from the youngsters as Process and Crimbo step up. Better late than never, but there's still a long, long road to kind of get back in towards this game. But that's the start. Get a little active, back yourself, basically. And the big guys get a little bit of fortune, take a couple of fights, and they succeed.
All right, let's see if Big have got anything else in the locker. They're going to eat nades to begin with now. tabseN falls early on. Flash comes round. Process got the right idea. Somehow Fang can't capitalize on the kill. The AWP takes him. Maybe split in between. Maybe a little blind himself. 5v4 turn 4v4. Boss had it for a moment, but they've let it slip ever so slightly. Big with the mid-aggression. Have also kept them completely caged out here. Not too many options for the boss boys now.
Moving through mid. Both sides taking a bit of damage, but more primarily over towards boss. Makes Darty just a little bit more vulnerable to the M4. Either way, Process creeping back. Inside of the smoke, he's got the right idea. Could line up a couple. Only gets one. Good trade from Cryptic. Finding his 18th kill. And so midway through the 9th round, ccN posted at range. Good timing from Freshie, but he only gets one. And now they should know both are stuck here in towards Donut. And they can't really escape properly. They've got a double nade and a flash. Missed shot, though, from the AWP. ccN posted back box. He's in trouble. I think he knows it. Nade is good, but JDC better. PwnAlone for one. Hoping to bail the shot, and PwnAlone lines up both. Beautiful work from the AWPer. The jiggle peek and swing, and ccN sat down as Boss get back to winning ways. Man alive. This is beautiful Counter-Strike from the North American side.
Absolutely fantastic. Absolutely fantastic. 33-year-old talent coming in with the 2v1. Oh, man. And so well played, yeah. The AWP shot lands, but it was just that belief that he'd eaten that nade. Tech9 makes easy work of him. And Boss right back in. They'll answer the mid-aggression of the previous round with a mid-play of their own. Nade comes round, Process with the spam. They are again looking to crunch mid on the big side of things and finding success. Darty goes down. One of the better games out of him at this point. So he'll be feeling the burn, as it were, but all the same, doesn't really matter who they take. Big have found themselves a good spot once again.
tabseN waiting. Got a chance here. PwnAlone to the smoke, finding Process. Freshie on the swing, will fall. PwnAlone tries to trade. Might just opt for the Tech9 here. Posted, missed shot, and he gets mighty close. Nade in the corner, now they're starting to swarm, and the MP9 tagging at range. Fang finds one, but only. PwnAlone, though, does pick up the bomb and gets out of there, and now they could walk into the loving arms here of Cryptic on the flank.
They're a bit wary of it, though. Crimbo has eyes. Yeah, they're starting to think maybe it is a B hit, but Cryptic in such a good spot will, at the very least, be able to cut one off. Will he get traded? Oh! Oh, no! He shoots a little early. The instincts get the better of him. The barrel spotted, and he just goes. It's going to be PwnAlone again. No clutch this time around, and Big secure their second.
Got to be said, that's probably the only mistake we've seen out of Cryptic so far. I mean, just gets a little bit on edge, right? He's kind of low HP, so he knows he has to hit the first shot. He knows he can't take a tag. And he does maybe a little bit of panic off the back of the shadow. So, movements are opening up for Big, but it still is a really good performance at a boss, and probably enough to give them something to work with. Coach Boss Axe is going to call for a timeout. They do have money for a buy. Not exactly conclusive, but they can still invest. Cryptic's got 8.5k. Fang with just shy of 6. So they can get an AWP back in play for PwnAlone. They can get rifles on board and all the rest. I think basically at the very most, somebody might take a little bit of a lesser investment. Okay, I was going to say, are they saving? But yeah, no, they are going to go into the investment. Here we go. So rifle's going to come out. Double Tech 9. And the Max 10s. They actually are going for a lesser buy here. I probably think they could have squeezed out a full buy if they wanted to. Maybe just a little bit lesser utility, but they're opting to take a half hit full buy next for the last and have that AWP to work with. Cryptic having 3k in the back pocket should facilitate it if they want. This could be an opportunity, though, for Big to get a third, which, I mean, for them, they'll take absolutely anything, really. What has been a bit of a lackluster showing. Darty jumping through the smoke. Can't find it. Cryptic will fall. But Freshie will trade. He then gets dropped by tabseN. So this pop in towards cave, basically unsuccessful.
Running dry towards the tail end. 8 still really good out from the T side, but I think they will want to solidify themselves with, well, it would have been nice to get 10, but 9. Potentially their only option now. Spotted on the extremity there, Fang. So they'll be prepared for some cave presence. Fang going to go down. Just trying to move in a bit dry and, you know, catch them off, but not going to happen with Big. They've got too many bodies around and just keeping their guns up for the fights. So a third round coming in. Definitely recovery here towards the tail end. They can pick up 4 in terms of a flat scoreline. That is decent. That is workable. But Boss looks so good. We'd want a bit more out from them, and who knows, the CT side, you know, it can be impenetrable, and their individuals looking really solid.
True. They're stepping up, right? Every single time they're called upon. So far, so good. Crim on the swing, lines up 2, but only kills 1. Freshie will trade. Darty gets caught. A bit of a slow game, Darty, but thankfully the rest of the team have been, for the most part, stepping up. And when Cryptic's still alive, anything is possible. He starts to move back over towards elbow with that bomb in tow. Popping A here would be such a good decision. It's only one man towards site, that a Process, who really hasn't that many opportunities to step up here. As they make their way through mid, a smoke will come down towards red, and that will prompt the rotation out of tabseN.
Slow encroachment up middle here. Boss absolutely chomping at the bit for this 9th round. It really is such a difference. AWP comes in, though. Picks off Freshie. Maybe gives the game away. tabseN with a nice timed peek. Molotov will force him into another fight, but he's happy to take it. Fang lurking around. After finding that first, though, it's not looking too good. He's going to swap up onto the AWP. Maybe a change that they might not be expecting, but surely with 3 left. And 1 in behind that he's not quite expecting. Shot doesn't come out. 8-4 then. Good recovery from the CT side. Will it be enough for them into the second half? It certainly looks like we've got a game on our hands here, folks. Stick with us. We'll be back soon.
change it all. We can change it all. We can change it all. Hey, hey. We can change it all. We can change it all. Hey, hey. We can change it all. We can change it all. This is the moment chosen for the game. Live for the glory, fighting through the pain, fighting through the pain, through the pain, through the pain, fighting through the pain. We can take it all. Hey, hey. We can take it all. We can take it all. Hey, hey. We can take it all. We can take it all.
Yo, what up? Welcome back to the second half here. Great start from Boss. Absolutely brilliant from them. They were up 8 rounds, but the gap closed slightly. Big giving themselves some room to work with, I think it is safe to say. The pistol, paramount here, of course, but they can take it, and we are most certainly on. Boss, however, their pick, CT side of Ancient, it is a difficult, difficult one to break through.
Absolutely, man. What a first half, may we just say, right, out of Boss. I mean, it really started to showcase their ability. And it's a question, of course, can they do it again, right? Can they come in towards the CT side and once again kind of put the brakes on towards Big? Well, JDC will be able to wrap it. It's going to be full retake A. It has to be said already. Look, right, nobody playing A site. Everybody gambled basically towards B. And now because they're smoked out, this spawn kill is basically the only fight they're going to find prior to the bomb going down. But it's a numbers advantage retake for Boss.
Looking good in that sense. Oh, a perfect flash round, however. Oh, getting a little messy out here. tabseN comes in with 2, and that is going to do it. They just all barrel on in, and unfortunately for Boss, the T's were so ready for that, you know, really well set up, and it did indeed just need one player to thread the needle, and here that was tabseN, that one player to go unchecked. Arguably that one guy to not get instantly dinked out, but yeah, tabseN, you can see he was hidden away, he was waiting for that. Really well played, and Big will take it.
Not bad, not bad. The Big, needed, absolutely needed. PwnAlone will come down. tabseN making a move here as well. Gonna get tested in a second as Crimbo comes to support. They're grouping up here. Darty spotted, and they're just being isolated. Very easy, very simple. Cryptic gets one. A little consolation, but all in all, nice and easy for Big to find their 6th and make this a 2-round game. And this is what happens, right? It's all well and good having that first half, but an 8-4 is a very manageable sort of position to be in. All it does take, right? Pistol round, the force buy, and before you know it, within reach and distance, Boss have one full buy in between where they are now and Big tying up this game.
The gap closes exponentially. You know, you do have to be careful with how you play it. Not opting to go for the force, it generally is the better argument. Oh my goodness, freshie. Not wasting any time pushing in here. They're a bit ready. Did he get spotted there? It looks like they are indeed after the fight, but they're not ready for PwnAlone. That's the big move. Oh, he nearly gets taken down on the way out, though. Argument to be made. Once you're in that deep, you kind of have to commit. There is no backing off, but he will just about make it out.
goes quiet, right? Numbers good for Boss, yes, but a decision has to be made here for Big. Where do we go? What's off Cubby? Which shows a bit of an inclination to make a move in through mid. PwnAlone's low, but he's actually going to go and try and take a fight here, or at least group up for one. But if he dies, Cryptic should be able to trade. So it's a decent little 1-2 punch as the bomb makes a move for A main, and nobody is playing A main itself. And I guess the one man who's close enough is low. That's the only real issue. So the bomb goes down, that'll be all well and good. They're getting baited via B through a short smoke, and they might even wrap up towards Shelf here. Crimbo, he could catch a couple off guard, and he will. The 180 is a beaut, but he does not expect the second. Bomb should be able to go down towards A, no problems.
Yeah, the plant will come in at the very least, but it's not good that they are having to do this from behind ever so slightly. Searson low as well, so it's not like they're a healthy twosome. But they have a lot of space to work with. Flash comes in, tabseN. He wants the fight, man. He's confident for it. Meanwhile, in A main, it's PwnAlone that gets the drop. tabseN left to do it all then. Molotov comes in. That's going to make his life difficult. The nade chunks him out here. Tap onto the bomb. He's got to do something about that. Oh, but he will get the drop with the patience. PwnAlone, thank goodness, in for the trade. That was hella close, and even on the timing as well. So close for Boss, but they just get it.
Around that they'll take, and they're absolutely cherished because it just keeps them away from Big. Like we said, if Big find that, it probably means that they start to get into position or even tie this game up, right? Just because there would have been no real buy for Boston towards the next, and before you know it, would have been in a tough spot. But Big getting a bomb plant out of that and 4 out of 5 kills isn't bad. They've probably actually come in towards this next round with much better firepower than Boss, despite Boss winning the round. A lot of casualties, down to, of course, that loss. So, yeah, look at it now, right? Double MP9, a FAMAS to come through, but it is PwnAlone in towards the AWP. On the side, Big got rifles across the board. It's a flash and a find. A second kill might be there as JDC and Searson combining, and Fang can only step up for the one. Now they just pop over towards A. Nobody's home. It's a foot race in which Cryptic will lose.
Oh, he does manage to get one. But, yeah, it's not really good enough, I suppose. Darty late to the party. Thank you.
Oz.
I thought that in my head. I did think that in my head, but I can't. You can't call bars on yourself. You know, that's not how it works.
Sometimes when they're fresh.
Well, that's true. Yeah, but that one wasn't. That wasn't self bars worthy.
That was it was a low key. Just a little one. You know, a little 2 out of 10. But you know, the easy ones.
It's a little low.
Well, like not in a bad way. Not in terms of like it was bad. You know, Darty part. You know, it's in the same line. But if you started chaining it a bit together, it became like a little bit of a, you know, it gave us a little lyrical masterclass. I can give you the credit a little higher.
Okay, I'll work on it.
Will he save the orb?
He will indeed. Yeah, that's kind of nice.
Yeah, he worked good.
Nice.
That's the main thing. I had a slow game, to be fair, Darty. But honestly, especially that first half, I felt he was so unlucky. Like, there was like 3 rounds in a row where he got spammed down to less than 50 points of HP before you even saw anyone. It was through just smoke. So, you know, I do feel like, while he hasn't exactly been amazing, but I do also think he's got quite unfortunate at times.
Sure. I think a lot of players as well, when you come into LAN play, when you're maybe a little bit less experienced there, at least on this kind of a stage, if you start slow, it's really tough to get yourself, you know, mentally into the game or whatever. Especially as well, you have this weird sort of psychology of like, if you are just trying to win the game, you may well start to justify yourself. It's like, okay, I don't necessarily need kills. If I can just facilitate my teammates to get in there and find the frags, then it's okay, right? But you have to find that healthy balance, of course. You don't want to become dead weight. But in fairness, you got Freshie, Cryptic, absolutely, and PwnAlone as well. Maybe it's all good if he is facilitating them, but when moving on to the CT side, you have to watch out for, you know, low scoring players like that. He may well become a problem, but we'll see. The AWP out for PwnAlone here. Darty gets an MP9. Interesting that PwnAlone spends to get that. I think you maybe just drop the AWP across and then Darty maybe gets like a P250 for the armor, if that's what you're trying to do. But I don't know. This has sent the econ a bit weird. Quick 1-for-1 trade. The AWP reveals itself. Do they still want to move into B with that presence is the big question here. And it looks like nada. They're going to get out of there and give A go. But PwnAlone He's got the brains. He knows what's up. And around like this, you got to stay dynamic on that orb. Deagle comes in at the perfect time for 2. Fang, his patience pays off. He set up another. And PwnAlone is posted up and ready for more fights.
Bomb is collected at the very least. It was in a bit of a treacherous spot. And Crimbo making a little move here. I do like this. He's going to get a gap in behind. This should give him some space to work with. But it's about when does he make his move? When does he start to make a little pounce? What is the play? Smoke will come down. Cryptic. Making a move. And I mean, how do you now facilitate your way back in? You have so little information about how this post plan's set up and you're all grouped together. But the other thing is you just have no utility. I mean, Crypt doesn't even have armor. Smoke has been picked up at the very least on the way through. So Darty can try and facilitate this with an AK-47. This is tough. You maybe don't want to overcommit the AWP unless you can find an early kill. Nade comes on towards the corner. Smoke going to come down as well on top of that bomb. They might try and give it a go, but Cryptic gets caught. Darty taps, trying to stick, but it probably is done and dusted. AWP going to be collected and they are out of there. And Darty can just about keep it alive. No, he won't. Dies to the bomb. So maybe shouldn't have risked the AK and the AWP going in and just call for a save, right? But I guess they will have a bit of money. But then, like you were talking about, the money's a little bit all over the place because they went for that MP9 investment. Yeah. So it's a good effort.
It's not awful. It's not awful. Yeah. I think PwnAlone is the only one, really, and maybe he's made that sacrifice. And they do come very close to winning the round due to his sacrifice. So he's onto the MP9. He's a little neutered into this round, but hopefully they'll still have a game plan here, still be able to do something around it. I do like it, though. Oh, my God, JDC. Holy hell. He nearly melts. He nearly just dies needlessly. He's left on 5 HP, which is still not really ideal, to be honest. But yeah, the position that Boss have put themselves in with forcing their way in there, trying to win that round, despite maybe save being an option, is the fact that the money is just so low now for Big. So it's a lot of pressure on this round, still not evened it up. Boss have got the potential to keep their lead, but also get ever closer to that victory. Drop in behind here looks pretty dangerous.
Chance on shelf. Little messy, but gets it in the end. JDC is so low and Process is dead. So this is a really good opportunity for Boss now. 3v5 with JDC basically looking like a walking corpse here unless he can pull off a bit of magic. Surely unlosable for Boss. tabseN does get one back in response. JDC playing the headshot angle, so I guess it's the best place to play. Rush in the corner. Freshie, do you clear? Yes, but ineffectively. Cryptic is here. Trade. Good. PwnAlone finding JDC leaves tabseN all alone, and that's why they fight. 1, 2, tabseN surely not. 1v3 made doable as tabseN looks for a head, and tabseN gonna deliver. What is that for a clutch? A 1v3 and 4 in total, and he stands up, stares them down from a monstrous round from tabseN. Big are far from dead.
Unbelievable. And there he is, come to play, the man that we bigged up. Been on this team 7.5 years now. And good God, you can see that experience. All comes down to moments like that. Fantastic. Beautiful. And keeping the game alive, like you say, 9-9. Timeout coming in. God B getting vocal. And Boss have got to watch themselves here. This could get very dangerous very quickly if they cannot keep their heads in the game. The money escaping them, so it will be a half buy. By all accounts, Big should have another.
My God. From Boss, from a great first half, and now it's in a position where, I mean, it's anybody's game, but feeling pretty positive right over towards Big, especially a clutch like that. That absolutely fuels teams. Oh my, that's such a tough one to lose as well. I don't even particularly think Boss played that badly. Spacing for the most part was okay, but tabseN was just so crisp. MP9 for 1. At least second as well. 5-7 or least will make a little conversation of it. Up close and personal. 5-7 tucked on box. Freshie might go overlooked, and he will. Surely boss don't win an eco.
That would be mental after tabseN's just done God's work in the previous round. It would be insane for them to drop this. And such a juxtaposition of emotions as well. PwnAlone. Not even round the corner, to be honest. tabseN is definitely on a ringer here. His second for the round. Freshie hidden away in the cave. Trying to deny them that information process. Going to keep creeping forwards, though. Oh, the timing. Unbelievable. Freshie, if he can get out here, could catch them in the back. Look left. Oh, they'll check him, but he still gets the kill. It's all down to tabseN again. In a 1 versus 2 this time. Easier than last time. He should be able to get this. Should be no trouble for the old guard, for the veteran. It was huge in the previous. This would be even bigger, though. Losing out to the eco cannot happen. Absolutely cannot be allowed to happen. tabseN going to get that bomb down. Looking for this fight, not shying away from it. So clean on the heady, leaving it all down to Fang. They're so far away from each other here, but a big 1v1.
Time ticking. Fang waiting, searching, but still not finding. And tabseN, I think he's played this perfectly. Honestly, this is the position. Fang, he has no idea. tabseN tagging. Go for the pistol, and he's not falling for the fake. He's not falling for the bait. Beautiful stuff. Back-to-back 4Ks. Back-to-back clutches. tabseN, undeniable, undefeatable, unstoppable. And boss just do not have an answer for the big man up top. He is on an unstoppable run these last couple of rounds. However, like you were talking about, the main talking about of that round is not that tabseN's clutched that out, not that big of one of the round, is that boss, how do they even make it close? Pistols, barely even armor, and they've nearly walked away with a round, thrusting it into a 1v2 converted clutch for Big. So, I think Big, yes, they're happy they got a lead, yes, they're happy they won it, but I don't think they'll be happy in how they won it, how boss made it so close on such a low buy. Boss are far from out of this. Yes, these last 2 rounds haven't gone their way, but they're far from done.
PwnAlone round the corner on the AWP. Wow, can't land the flick. It's a little close, but he can't quite get it. Oh, the spam. Darty with the damage, but unable to get that all-important frag. Crimbo, meanwhile, contacting in. Super cheeky here. Knows his angle's going to win the first. There's still 3 on B, though. They're so ready. Has he gathered all that info? Not entirely sure. A tough one here, though, as unfortunately PwnAlone drops in the interim, and they will have a lot of space out on A, and I think boss have given up the round.
Yeah, do you know what? I actually don't hate this decision. I think with 3 staying alive, they can reinvest in, right? And this is the main thing. They just have money to work with once again. It's fine, right? But they don't have a lot of opportunities left in this game. And this is the big issue we're having now. It's all well and good saving, but there's got to come a point, especially if, you know, if Big, maybe even from essentially next round onwards, they actually can't afford to do it anymore. I don't think they'd want to be playing for overtime or even playing for kind of the chance of it. They'd want to try and settle this kind of here and now. But, I mean, let's look at the bigger picture here. 8-4 half, boss have found 1 round since on the CT side. Simply put, not good enough. Big have been on an absolute tear. These rounds have been pretty close. They've been down to the wire. And of course, have required 2 miraculous clutches out of tabseN. But all in all, terrorists win. It still is a 2-round lead for Big. Then being 2 rounds away from seeing off this map. And I think already boss are now feeling the pressure. And this is where fundamentally Big are so sound. When they get rolling, when they get that snowball effect in play, they can really make a big difference. 11-9. Boss have basically a buy to work with. Yeah, they do. Fire rifles across the board. And that's what the benefit is. Loss bonus, 3 staying alive. They can reinvest. But like I said, at some point, they've probably got to start making decisions that savings aren't good enough, and they've got to give these retakes a go.
season. Oh, misses out. Does spot that player at slant, but all the same. No kill. Push down middle. Could be dangerous here. JDC's got the fight. Wins the first. And Process getting the second. Oh, it's crumbling. Huge 2 apiece for Big. 12 on the horizon, and Boss again are left to scramble. It's rough. It's very, very rough here, Nao. It was within their grasp, but it seems they have let things slip. Maybe, just maybe, they can pull it back here, trying to make a move together and regain some ground.
All goes quiet, doesn't it, right? Just shy of a minute to work with. With that 50-second timer on the clock, Big have got to make a decision. They've got the numbers, though, so they're really not in a rush. They just need to figure out where they're grouping up. And actually, on the other side, right, of if Boss are even giving this a go. We spoke about it, but I think at this point, for me, I'd like them to. I know it feels risky and maybe a little bit audacious, but Big hovering on the possibility of 12. You've got nothing to lose. Flash coming through. JDC's not spotting anything. Yeah, I was going to say, they were making a move towards mid for a moment there. I thought they were going to very riskily double back towards A, but thankfully they don't. JDC clears out the site. Bomb goes down, and that'll be that. And judging by the lack of movement out of Boss, I think they are just going to call this. tabseN looking for fights on the way out and has spotted 2, so they know basically that they are definitely saving. Smoke of darty bounces. That's unfortunate. But yeah, they do know that they're just going for a save here. So this is big. Map point. Man, this is a tough one. They're not giving these a go, and I think it is coming back to bite them. Look where we are now. Big 12-9. And just to remind you all, ladies and gents, this is Boss's map pick of Ancient. It looks like Big are about to steal it away.
Not a hardcore hunt out from Big, so there will be pressure into this next one. A decent buy coming round from Boss. 3 in a row, though, bruv. It ain't easy. And something has changed in the water. 2 back-to-back clutches from the Capitano, tabseN. And he got up, he got vocal, and I'm sure that has absolutely boosted the morale of Big. The question is whether, you know, it gets into the heads of Boss. You try not to let it, but on an individual level, it still might creep in there. JDC continues getting hot toes, but this time not as much damage coming around. Process gets a flash, spots a couple. Not able to find anything yet, though.
Fang waiting. That's smoking behind. And Darty being up close too. Going to try and make a little move here, Darty. Down ramp, but he's actually given a lot of coverage here. So he's given that space to work. There's one player playing out through excavation. That's the big risk, because JDC is left on a lurk. It looks like the bomb is making a move to go and commit over towards A. One through donut. One back site. PwnAlone posted with the AWP, and of course the shadows betray you first. So unless he's flashed off this angle, he should get the freedom of that first kill. And then it's about, can he get any more off of that? And that'll be time smoke as well. Might actually force Big to make a decision elsewhere. 45 seconds. It looks like the bomb's going to hightail it. So they'll actually double back towards B. That smoke might have completely pushed them away here from the A play.
Yeah, looks like it. Not even necessarily a different avenue. They're going to move for B instead. Deep position here for Boss. They're just going to hold it. So it's a lot of info. No way we're getting all 5 Ts. Okay, it's going to be 4 from Cave. It's still quite a lot. Crimbo spots out a couple. Oh, it's Cryptic down below, though, that keeps Boss in this. AK retrieve. Rotations are quick and aggressive here. Freshie, no way. Comes away with 2. Surely got to get traded there. It's tabseN again in the clutch, but not this time. And Boss stay alive.
So, bit by bit, there's opportunities here for Boss now. 2 rounds is absolutely doable. And they do have the money to keep facilitating investments. That's the main thing. And he's not broken despite the 3 casualties. So, there is a world, but Big again, right? They're bringing these rounds close. I think they've got a little indecisive in the mid-round there. You know, once they get smoked out of A main, they double back towards B, but it's a late play where they haven't really got that much information. Who's playing via ramp? Who's even pushed through cave? And it all came down to what JDC's, essentially kind of what his lurk play had discovered, which wasn't actually a hell of a lot. until the numbers dwindled and tabseN was thrust into a clutch. Crimbo going quick. Oh my god, Crimbo going very quick. And so the CT side, and they're swinging into fights, and Big overplay their cards. They get caught.
Uh-oh. This is looking a little problematic for Big now. We're in position for them to close things out, but Boss are revitalized. Maybe in overtime. I might be speaking a bit early. But it could happen here. syrsoN and JDC can be the difference makers. Shadow spotted. Easy pickups for Cryptic. Don't be offending him with these kinds of opportunities. tabseN all alone then. Still looking good, but he's got to do that 4 more times.
He's pulled off some pretty miraculous rounds. Of course, those back-to-back 4Ks and those clutches. This one, I don't know about you, man. Feels a little unlikely. Does hit the steps, though. So it's a dead man walking. Yeah, and down he will go. Darty caught. More? Nice. That is an AWP of Fang. Maybe he doesn't want to lose that. They'd love a double AWP. Into the final round of regulation. When he gets deleted, seen off there by Cryptic. You know, regardless of the result and whatever it may be, this map has still been incredible from Cryptic. 27 kills he's on right now. Absolutely leading by example with some beautiful fragging displays. However, the map still might not go their way. Final round of regulation and 2 decisions we get a choice from. Big taking it 13-11 and stealing away Boss's map pick. Overtime on the card and a few more needed to decide who takes Ancient. Have to wait and see. We've had a couple of good Ancients so far this Pro League. This one could be more of the same. It might even be a play towards A early here. He tried a quick one though, and in that last round it did not work out, but it might not stop them here.
PwnAlone, got to be careful, trying not to die. Ultimately, the M4 doesn't pull anything off. PwnAlone's molly, though, does manage to find a kill. The AWP chiming in as well. It looks like it's happening. Rotations are around. Process finds Fang. Freshie creeping. Oh, CZ, little tough, but he does get it. Man advantage is slim, where it was looking quite thick. Process and Crimbo do not have the bomb down just yet. They're trying to slowly back away. Cryptic denies that opportunity, and Process left to do it all. Overtime achieved. Boss with 3 in a row to keep the game going.
My God, Cryptic, 29 kills in regulation. We'll keep talking about it because individually this has been brilliant from him. And, you know, at times, in all fairness, single-handedly keeping this team in the conversation. Beautiful work, man. Beautiful stuff. We go towards overtime. Big had such a good position to take this map and, you know, make it a dominant half. You know, we had at one point where it was, you know, Boss only on 1 round in this CT half out of what, kind of like 6-7 played? Oh, they let them back in. Process. Start things off by finding Fang as he swings. Would be the absolute classic, right? You know, struggle to close on a map, win the first round of OT.
Quick move in towards middle here now. Deadly stuff from Process. Dealt with. Goes back in for a bit more there, PwnAlone. He will be punished. So looking good for Big. 3 versus 2 as the dust settles. syrsoN watching for these pushes. Just have nailed it in. Darty just dropped the bomb. Okay. And gets himself a second. We're definitely on. He's low, but the AWP isn't really going to be able to do much about that. Missed the bullet and you're dead. But he has recovered the bomb. Darty now left guessing.
syrsoN does slip the net. He's going to wrap over towards A here. As the Molotov comes down, of course, that would be the cue to Darty where he's going, but actually can't do a lot for now. Smoke comes down towards CT. Plant down as well. Where does syrsoN set himself up? And of course, the other thing is, how low does he think Darty is? I mean, he's still opting to wield the AWP. I just got a chance. They're walking right past each other, just separated by a wall. And syrsoN posted. He's got the right idea. Darty on the swing here. He's going to spot him, but syrsoN going to drop him. And Big find first blood in OT. My God, a back and forth game. But Big, far from giving it up. Credit to Darcy. He's been a little quiet so far this game. Has had too many opportunities, but that's not a bad one. A shame he can't close it out, but Big are going to be the ones to take the first advantage here.
That's a shame. It is a shame. Boss, though, tried to fight fire with fire and did indeed get burned in the early stage of that one. Ooh. Big nade damage. They've been pretty consistent with that. Crimbo manages to survive, but is completely damaged here. It's a good position for Boss. They've got 4 on the B-bomb site, so ready for a hit to come their way, and maybe, just maybe, they will have Big walk into the trap.
So, as things go a little quiet, it's a little double setup here. By Cryptic and Darty, and this is where things are maybe work in their favor. They continue trying to poke towards B. Might just get overwhelming numbers. There's 4 here from Boss out early, and PwnAlone's holding from Donut. So quick on the rotate, to be fair. However, 1 Molotov, the standard Molotov that's thrown, should be able to clear both players in this early cave entrance. Smoke fades. Playing time, a lot of damage dealt. Nade will come deep. Bit more on towards Fang, so already early. A decent amount done. They need to molly this. This is such a dicey swing, and that's why Cryptic will find it and lock in his 31st kill. Process spotting the backpack and killing off Freshie will give them a chance once again.
Maybe smart to know 2 in cave means that the side itself is going to be lesser defended. And suddenly, Big in a winning position. Cryptic, looks away. Worst possible time, but they're not ready for him. He needs 1 more for us here. He doesn't fully check tabseN. Just out in the open. What is he doing there? He's fragging you. PwnAlone is indeed alone. So encroachment here with the AWP. Misses out on that first. He's now revealed. Oh my God, AWPers can't hit their shots, but 14 for Big secured.
Oh, they're getting closer now. But again, we saw this at that tail end. We saw that first half out of Big as well. It was real lackluster on the CT side. So it's all well and good that they're finding success here, but it at the moment does feel like a battle of, in a weird way, kind of who could have that sort of worse CT side. Both at 8-4s. If Big are able to kind of clean up the mistakes, and maybe, you know, we can make that standard argument and conversation of it's just them being a little slow to get going and they kind of waking up into the server and all that, but 14-12, I mean, Big 2-round advantage, 2 rounds away. Boss, very much a needed tack pause as Axe gets on the mic. See the pressure as well across the faces of the Boss guys. So what they got, PwnAlone for him, double AWP investment leaves him only with MP9 for the 3rd and final of this half.
Same utility over the top. Fang, though, a difference in the story. Able to back off after that as well, so good spot for Boss. Utility as the round has even gotten going. Spam a bit close, but doesn't find anyone thus far. Big a little stuck for ideas. I think it's a good position for Boss to be in. Oh, Cryptic. Think twice, and he does. Oh. Okay.
Really?
Shoulder peek God, apparently, man. It's not even a shoulder, elbow peek.
Oh, man, he's dancing with the devil a little bit, isn't he?
Yeah, for sure.
Jesus. Molly comes down towards ramp. Crimbo not committing to a fight just yet. 50 seconds, and the number's not favoring Big. Got to find a way to get back into this. Fang is solo tagged again. This time down to 9. And Crimbo does not miss those. That's the bomb spotted. However, no rotation on a Boss. They're still playing a 2-2 split.
It's pretty good here. Pretty good for Big. 30 seconds, though. Rotations are making their way over. Could catch this player in at middle. Oh, a late push down ramp. I'm such a fan. Feels like everything's on the line, but we're still taking risky moves. PwnAlone going to drop that bomb. Surely that is round. 15 seconds for tabseN. Not a chance, mate. Not a chance. And he knows it. But it's also the last round, so it's like he can't really save here. He, you know, just no options. Yeah, he's just chilling. There's nothing he can do. No way they messed this one up. What a shot. Oh, my God. But it's all in vain. 13 in for boss. Decent showing. It was more their T side, maybe, that you could argue was a bit impressive compared to the CT end. I don't know. We'll see. We'll see swapping over here.
Yeah, I mean, right, Big only got 4 rounds in this CT, and you know, for a long part of it, it was really uncomfortable Counter-Strike on the CT side. I mean, Boss were all over them when they were on the T side. So I think we can give Boss maybe a little bit of kind of leniency. Both sides were just lackluster. There's no two ways about it, but the T sides are excellent. So now that Big are back on towards the CT, which they initially struggled on, how are they going to change things here? Like I said, right, is it a thing of them just being a little slow to wake up? Maybe so. Beautiful. JDC for a double. And Boss get caught, clipped, making a move in towards mid, and very quickly are down to 3.
Not looking good. Big. It's a great round to be taken. Immediately onto 15 is such a fantastic spot. Minute left on the clock. Boss rolling in slowly here. Got the AWP to contend with. Trying to boost up. Nice little angle, I suppose, but nothing spotted, of course. Nobody in there at snipers. tabseN on the corner. If he misses the shot, it's an easy drop back. Whoa, quick reaction. He knew what was up. Read like a book and a big frag to secure this one, it feels like. PwnAlone misses his shot. Another chance at it, but 2 to get through up there. Not looking too likely. Both players now spotted out. Oh, and JDC holds. He doesn't move in for the trade. This could get a little fruity. 25 seconds left. Bomb towards B is a good move. Yeah, JDC is quite far off the site, so I like what I'm seeing.
There might be a little world in which something could work for Boss, but it's all down to whether the JDC wraps back in time. You took going to come down. They've got to get this bomb down, and they're planting open. Yeah, round done. That's it. They had a choice, and they made the wrong one. Cryptic will get his kill. Looking for another, but he gets dropped out. And that is big. Map point on Ancient. And man, you know, just leaving things a little too late there. They don't give themselves any time at all to clear the site, clear where they can play a post plant from, or where's even safe to go. Just maybe that kind of mid to late round was too little too late coming through. And yeah, Cryptic gets his kills, but in the end, it's just not good enough. Boss have an AWP in play, which is great, and have mid control, which also is good for them. But Cryptic, the main man, the big fragger, dropped early. And an opener for Big. This might be the beginning of the end.
Certainly looks possible here. We'll see. Boss have to get this recovery, of course. tabseN. Another great shot from him. Wow. A fantastic couple of rounds coming out from the AWP. They've just not been able to deal with him. JDC in the corner does get bested. Freshie's in on the site. He's got a bit of support as well, but it's short-lived. Freshie caught out in the open. It's falling apart. Boss, nothing they can do from here. 16-13. Heartbreak. Absolute heartbreak for Boss. A fantastic opening from them. 8-2 up in that first half, but Big are able to bring it back. A hard-fought battle. They will take Ancient, and they will feel good. They will feel fantastic, in fact.